Hello and welcome to episode 23 now of Garmin to smashing a PB at London 2025 question mark. We really are kind of going into the marathon block. This is what I now call the training block. A great week last week and that. I'm obviously always learning as I go along and that, and obviously my watch learns a bit more about me and all sorts. I did give it a little kind of tweak yesterday, and that in the last video, if you see that, where I did a 15k long run because I need to make sure my long runs are going well. But for the people that are new to this channel, basically, I have been given a place in the London Marathon 2025 by Seeability. Fantastic charity that I ran for them in the 2024 London Marathon as well, and really pleased to be running for them again this year. There'll be a link in the description. Please, donate if you can, and when you can. Any amount really helps, and that are really good cause. Basically, my training plan this time around, I have put a very ambitious personal best time in my Garmin watch, and basically I kind of follow what my Garmin has been kind of telling me. I can't see a plan for the whole setup. I only get to see 1 week in advance, basically. So, and that can change overnight, all depending on how I sleep and my stress levels, etc. For regular viewers, the sleep has been kind of an issue. I'm not going to deny that. Where it's really cut me back, and sometimes I just have to kind of throw out what the watch says and then change a little bit. And you got to change the algorithms up a little bit. It's something that it's a watch. It's not kind of thing. It's going through different algorithms and things like that. So this is an experiment, but I also really want it to succeed. So I do have to tweak it a little bit, and that. And I want to be clear on that. Sometimes I don't follow the actual run, and I tell you, I will tell you what happens and all this lot. So I was watching some YouTube videos the other day. I love watching 40 runs and all of their stuff. And basically, Chris Ford was going on through his training plan. And now you bear in mind, everybody's training plan will be different because we are all different levels and things like that. But he had a point on his where he has race pace every week and that. So I know I haven't disclosed my time yet, but it's gonna get out very soon. But my run today is a base run, and which is the majority of my runs are base runs. It's how we do marathon training. But it's 49 minutes today. I have a rest day because I always schedule in a Tuesday rest day tomorrow. So what I'm thinking today is doing race pace. And I'm just seeing what my heartbeats are. I know technically it'll be a tempo run. I know that. I do have a tempo run later on in the week, but I kind of want to start getting my body used to running race pace. And to be honest, to see if I can actually handle it. You know what I mean? Like I said, my goal is really ambitious. It's a crazy goal that I'm trying to work to. Is it possible? I'm going to find out. It's huge, and that's huge to what I've done. My best time is 4 hours 42, and I plod them. And there was probably a bit of walking in that because I haven't trained properly as I should have done. This time I've really kind of put in the foundation and all of that lot, and for regular viewers and that will know that I'm running kind of about 50 kilometers a week, where in my peak training session for the last marathons, they've been 50 kilometers a week. So if I'm doing that now and in my base kind of training to build up and get the foundation, I should be getting higher and higher later on. So hopefully that will help me as well. So that's basically what I'm going to do today. I think. It's a 49-minute run on base rate. That is the plan, as Garmin tells me. But I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to set my treadmill. I'm going to do it on the treadmill. And I'm going to set my treadmill. I'll do 1 kilometer warm up. I'll do like a dynamic warm up off the treadmill before, and then I will get on the treadmill, run for a base rate, heart rate for 1 kilometer, and then build up to get that up to the race pace, and then I will run hopefully the majority of the run there, and then I will kind of probably cut back for at the end of the 6 minutes to 8 minutes before the end of this 49 minutes I'll cut back again, so then I can kind of cool down and that. So I'm going to try it. I don't know if I can't tell you if I'll succeed, but it's a good point to find out now. And kind of surprise myself a little bit, maybe. A great day on when I did on the 26th of December. I did the Bergen City Marathon course. It's a half marathon course, and they loop it twice to do the actual marathon. I got a PB on there and really pushed to see. On that on a challenging course, and was really surprised and excited to see how far I've advanced and that. So this is where I need to start doing it. I've not done a run at race pace, or what I intend to have as race pace, and now I have worked it out. So I think it's time to see how it goes. Oh, well, I'm fully recovered now. I won't lie, that was difficult. I was one hot, sweaty mess after that. It was insane. Great, I loved it. Difficult. But it also kind of, I think the mental toughness kicks in as well and pushes you. It's like, you could easily give up, and tone it down. I could see that my heart rate was kind of really creeping up. I won't lie, it turned out, the watch says it's a VO2 max run, and all that lot. So it really kind of raised my heart rate. Basically what I did was, 1K simple, 1K easy. It was kind of like 130 beats per minute, and then I kind of, as I got closer to the 1K mark, I kind of bumped it up a bit speed wise, and that. Basically, I wanted to hit 4:59 per kilometer pace. So I kind of know that that's going to be just over 12 kilometers an hour. So when I hit the 1 mark, or coming up to the 1 kilometer mark, I then started pumping it up, getting it up to 12.1, just to get me over that little bit over. And then basically, just go hell for leather. Well, not hell for leather, it's got to be controlled. And it was, and I know that my heart rate's going to go up, and it's going to go into like the tempo run or whatever, and over time it will creep up and up and up. So, I had it on 12.1, thinking that was going to get me the desired one, me pacing for a kilometre. But, number 2 kilometre and number 3 kilometre was 5:06 per kilometre. So, maybe it's a collaboration, of the treadmill on my watch is a little bit out or whatever, who knows, but even GPS is not exactly 100% there, and that when you're out for a run, it's got to be measured properly on a marathon course. So there is a little bit of here, give and take, and that. So when I've kind of the second kilometre of this race pace run, when I found out that was kind of still staying at 5:06, and that, because I thought there might be a little bit of error as I was coming up to, as I hit the 1K mark, and I'm obviously speeding up there might be some difference there. But obviously, when you get onto the second kilometre and it's the same pace, I was like, right, okay, so maybe the machine's a little bit slower. So I jacked it up another 2. So I was going 12.3 kilometre pace on the treadmill. And then that took me down when I did 1 kilometre to 5:03 and that per kilometre. So still, that's still slower than what I need to be. And that, so I made the decision there to kind of ramp it up a bit more. So I actually hit 12.5 kilometers an hour according to my treadmill. And that, so it is kind of half a kilometer too quick. So it seems, but then, like I say, it all depends on the collaboration with the watch and the treadmill and all that lot. So, when I hit the 12.5 kilometers on my treadmill, then out of kilometer 5, 6, 7, and 8, I was basically between 4 minutes 56 per kilometer and 4 minutes 59. And I was, my heart rate was up. It was when I first started out. At the 12.1 bit, I was like 157 beats per minute, which it's under my lactate threshold. My lactate threshold apparently is 163 beats per minute. So anything under that, I should be able to sustain it and keep going. I don't know. It's still tough and that. So, but it felt okay, and all that lot. So then, obviously, when I raised up the bits for the other kilometers, into 12.3, that took me up, 160 and things like that. And then obviously the 12.5, and it was creeping up again, 166, and kept going up. I think I was, well into the 170s. And then I think it recorded at 178 was my maximum heart rate at one point. Bearing in mind, apparently my maximum heart rate altogether is supposed to be 183, so I was really top end. But I don't know how long I could sustain that for. I'm not going to lie on that. It was tough, sweaty. I was absolutely dripping. I ran in my seeability top again. Really enjoyed that, but it was just sopping wet. Sopping wet. It's an eye opener. I got 15 weeks to try and get this sustainable. I don't know. I'm going to give it my best bloody shot. Don't get me wrong. And this is what these videos are for. And the journey of this. But I'm glad I've done that. And I think I want to make this a bit more of a daily thing. Like I said, I got the idea from watching Chris Ford on 40 Runs and that, and how he does his marathon plans. And he says, don't follow my plan, and that because it's what suits him, and I get that. But to do race pace constantly, at least once a week, and I know that in the end I'm supposed to put it in my long runs, but to have one session at race pace really can get going. Get you going and having a look. So it's a really good eye opener, and I'm really glad I've taken that idea and that. And I always got a rest day tomorrow and that. But this is also on the back of a long run yesterday, so maybe I might have the days a bit wrong, but I just felt that this was a good time to try it out. Because technically a long run is a big intense workout. And then to throw in this intense workout might be detrimental in the end. I don't know. I'm just going to have a look. But I'm playing with the idea that I will put one base run a week. And instead of doing it as the base run, I will do it as marathon pace. And get accustomed to running at that pace. Because, I do the tempo runs or whatever. And all that lot. But then it's not long sustainable as such. to kind of hit, 49 minutes I did today. And I know 7 minutes of that was 1 kilometre run. And then I think maybe I used 6 minutes walking, I walked for 6 minutes on a cool down. And that, that I think that gives me more beneficial long threshold / tempo run to get my body used to it. And it might put me into a recovery run in the week or whatever, because that's the thing with Garmin. And that, although I'm sticking with the plan, when I go off plan, the plan changes and I still stick to that plan. You know what I mean? So I'm still following the Garmin. So I think throwing in a long run, if it's not going to give me the long run I feel that I should be doing, like I said, following another app, then I need it. You know what I mean? I need to get that distance up, because that is how my marathon times are going to go lower. And the watch tells me, and Garmin Connect tells me, I need to get longer runs in so it can calculate quicker times. And how I can do that. So, the watch needs a thing today. It's like today, my watch was telling me that I've got a low aerobic overage in my plan, but it wanted me to do 49 minutes of low aerobic. Didn't match up, you know what I mean? So I had a shortage of high aerobic on / anaerobic, and it was still telling me to do this low aerobic. So, there are bits that the watch doesn't kind of get together. So that's something we need to kind of think about and take. This is a different way of doing a marathon training. You know what I mean? This is a Garmin watch, and that's run by algorithms. That's using data from me, and hopefully going to get me to where I need to be. But I think there needs to be some outside flips on it. You know what I mean? What I'm gunning for is possibly out of the range anyway. We'll see. But like I say, I will give it my best shot, and it's going to be a good 15 weeks ahead, I guess. You know what I mean, to get me to that. But yeah, it's certainly a tough. Yeah, that was a tough one today. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, rest day tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to resting and recovering, basically. So then hopefully we'll see what happens for the Wednesday and that. So yeah, I'll catch you guys a bit later then. Now it's just time to just chill out, calm down, and just relax. Yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Good evening. It's Wednesday now. So we're about to start the next session, and that the sprints have stayed. So basically, after that really kind of heavy workout on Monday, we're going into another sprint thing, because he's saying that my aerobic is overused, so he wants to get me anaerobic. So we're going on the sprints. It will be 8 times, 10 seconds, at 3:10 minute per kilometre pace. So yeah, that's sprinting for me. My treadmill couldn't do it, to be honest. But not that these short intervals don't work on the treadmill. So I'm going to be doing this out in the streets. All the snow and ice is pretty much gone now anyway, so I just need a little stretch where I can just go backwards and forwards. That's fine. It's going to be a 10-minute warm-up, 3-minute recovery in between, which I want to jog. I want to have a light jog through that. And then, 10-minute cool down afterwards as well. So mileage is something I'll need to look at, keep an eye on, because that is a concern for the whole week, not for an intense session like this, but I want to make sure that the mileage is going correct and in the way I want it. But this is going to be an intense workout, so the mileage will be quite short as such. But it's all about progression. I need to see the progression and the progression keep going. So it's the second workout of the week. So it's good. And that first weekend, the first workout was tough, but it was a good workout. So I just want to keep the progression going. So let's go out and do this workout then. So that was Wednesday sprint session done. Back home now, obviously, refreshed and recovered, and that was a great session. Nice to be running outside again, and that. But I kind of went, I did it after work, and ran alongside the swimming area a bit, and that, which I do a lot of my runs in central, like city centre of Bergen. So altogether it was like 9 kilometers of running, and that. So that was good. I was enjoyed having that distance there. 10 seconds isn't long for sprints. So it was just a general kind of jog when I was doing my recovery, plus obviously in the 15-minute warm up, and I extended the cool down a little bit just to kind of get me back to where I needed to be, and that also get me up to 9 kilometers and that. But the average interval sprints and that per kilometer pace was 2 minutes and 46. So like I said, it's very hard to kind of gauge pace on these 10 seconds, without constantly looking at your watch and that. So I just go hell for leather, to be honest. And that maybe that's probably why my recovery time is probably a bit too high now, and that. But the quickest one was 2 minutes and 29 per kilometer pace. And I did that twice, and on the last interval and on the fourth interval. So really happy with that. Like the slowest one was the first one actually, and that was 3 minutes and 28 pace, and that. But all the rest of them were under 3 minutes, so kind of overcooked it and that. But really pleased with that, how that went. Hopefully that will show progress as well later on. Like I said, it kind of brings up my recovery time a little bit more because I overcook it, I guess. So it's dropped my 44-minute base run tomorrow down to 34 minutes. It's only 10 minutes, I get that, but I've already got plans and that. Basically, I'm going to finish work tomorrow and then run home, and that, or even get to a suitable bit to get home. So like I've done on the evening runs before, you've seen that. So just a gentle jog out. Really don't want it to affect the tempo run on the Friday. So the tempo ones definitely important. All runs are important now. We're in the training block and obviously really want to ramp this up and that. But like I said in before the run, I want to get my mileage up a bit more as well. So I know, judging by this long run at the moment on Sunday, it's only an hour and 12 minutes. I think I'm going to bump that up to a heftier one than that. Saturday's got me on a rest day for some reason. The watch says it's trying to get, going to get me ready for like stuff before, more to come. So I'm just going to kind of probably do a light, he said, I can do something on a light or whatever, light, but not too strenuous. So a nice little jog out, just like, again, just creep that mileage up a little bit more, and do it like that. But it's coming to shape. Very pleased with that. Best thing to do now, I got an early start in the morning, is to go to sleep to help recovery. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. So Thursday, Garmin decided to change my session after the interval session that I did on Wednesday. It put me on a recovery run now. So it went from one base run to a lower base run to wake up in the morning to recovery. 27 minutes. Now, I'd already planned to kind of run home after work the night before. Like I've said in many videos, I want to keep my mileage a bit constant. Felt great. I know it's kind of like how your body is internally and all that lot, but I felt good. Nothing was sore or aching niggles or anything like that. And it did say that my sleep was a bit short, and I think that's one of the main reasons why it's changed to this lower workout. But I had to start work earlier this morning, so I was never going to get the recommended time of sleep anyway. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I went to bed pretty early last night. I was shattered after that interval session, I'm not going to lie. So I went to bed early and that, but it was never going to be enough time to get done. So so the watch had put me on a recovery, but I didn't do that. I did the run home. Like I said, felt great, nothing problem, and it was nice to actually kind of do a run where I'm kind of running as I feel and checking the watch, but not as I normally do on the Garmin workouts, because in the Garmin workouts you've got like ranges that you try to stick in and be in. Where this run home today just gave me all the normal details that I'd have on my watch face as I'm running. So it was quite nice to actually have that up again and on doing this run. So I had obviously my heart rate zones and that, but I also had my pace on there, the current pace. It also had the distance and obviously the time that I'd done or doing. And so it was nice to see that and checking on how the pacing was and a bit like that. And obviously it was nowhere near race pace and that, but it's nice to kind of judge and feel things and on a run and do all of that lot. So basically for this run, I actually did 54 minutes, 26 seconds, and that covered 9.15 kilometers. And that was going at a pace of 5:57 per kilometer. So really happy with that. I mean, the average heartbeat was 144, so a little bit higher, but that's, a normal base run is 140, but we know that I normally creep up a little bit. So it's a hilly run home, so really pleased with that. On another note now, obviously, I think I mentioned in one of the other earlier video bits for this week that Garmin had scheduled me an unusual day off on Saturday, which I don't really recall why how. So I did go in the settings and have a look, just to make sure that I hadn't kind of pressed something wrong accidentally. But no, it given me the day off, and it had said on there to get you ready for more intense workouts ahead, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, fine, what's going on there? Then I was always going to plan a 5K basically that day, just a short little trip and that easy run. But I find out today as well, that's gone up to not a day off anymore. It's a base run, 34 minutes, which covers 5K. So, yeah, we know that my plan likes to change. So we'll see what happens. But I'm now kind of really sticking to what I feel is right as well. Following Garmin. But, if Garmin drops me ridiculously silly, I will step it up. The long run on Sunday is not long enough yet, in my eyes, so I will go longer there. And I've said that. I will follow another plan to keep me on track with long runs and that, and all that lot. So basically, that's where we are now. I did a nice base run today. I've got the tempo tomorrow, as long as that sticks. But we'll find out tomorrow in the next video section coming up. But yeah, that's the update today. Just going to rest now for the rest of the evening, so then my body battery doesn't bottom out, and then hopefully we'll get a good tempo run tomorrow. Good morning, it's Friday today. As we know, the watch has been really kind of playing up on me a little bit. Really getting frustrated with it all now. It's... Today has now dropped me down to a 34-minute base, where it was supposed to be a big tempo run today. 44-minute tempo, but this is now a 34-minute base. It's taken me to a rest day again tomorrow, so that's not gone off. And then on Sunday, it's given me a 51-minute base run, where that's gone down from... Originally, it was like 1 hour, 45 minutes. Then it went down to 1:15. And now it's, 45 minutes. I'm going to override a lot of that. Like I said previously, I was going to do the tempo run today, and then I would do on the rest day slow and easy, do a 5k, and then I would do pretty much half marathon on the Sunday. So I think what I'm going to do now is because I really want to follow this plan, but I am concerned that it's not giving me the mileage. It's complaining about my life, you know what I mean? Is not good enough for the watch. And I'm on my feet 24/7 at work. You know what I mean? I'll get half an hour break. You know what I mean? That's it. I'm constantly on my feet at work. So I don't sit down in an office or anything like that. No offense to people who sit down in offices, but I am constantly on my feet, constantly moving. I get early shifts, late shifts, you know what I mean? So I had to kind of wake up earlier and whatever. So everything's kind of jumbled about, which Garmin kind of just want straight consistency, I think. So that's not happening. So what I'm going to do is I will do the 5k today, because that's basically what 34 minutes is, maybe 6 kilometers. I will do that today just to kind of, and do it easily. That's fine. Then tomorrow, which is Saturday, I was supposed to do a 5k-ish in my eyes. I will do the distance I was going to do today, which would have been about 8 kilometers. So I'm going to run home tomorrow, back from work and that. So then that keeps me on pan with my mileage, and then still kind of think about doing this half marathon on the Sunday. But it's going to be very easy pace. I'm not kind of going into it, but Garmin kind of tricks me a little bit, because on Monday it's got a nice nifty tempo run, and it's going to be over an hour long, with the warm-ups and things like that. It's really, really quite tempting, but I can't say it's going to stick, and and if I do what Garmin tells me now, it's going to give me basically a 40 kilometer week. I need to be so much higher. We are in marathon training. It told me before, get ready to get ramped up. All of this lot, you're going up and up and up, and that you need to rest, so you're going to get into bigger, intense workouts to come. They don't materialize anymore because it just keeps dropping, and that's why I guess I do like the other plans where it tells me what I'm going to do. And they do change a little bit. Even Run With How changed a little bit when I subscribed. And it's written on a plan. This is what you're going to do. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's what you're doing. Boom. And you stick to it. And you get tired, yeah, but you stick to it. And I know it's the chance of getting overtrained or whatever, all these lot. But these plans work. And that. So at the moment, Garmin is really, I'm getting at a crossroads with Garmin. I'm not going to deny it. I'm going to really, really evaluate when we hit the 12-week mark. I'm going to evaluate and have a look, and see. Maybe I have to jump on a different plan that, because I don't feel that I could keep doing. Can Garmin get me to smash a PB at London Marathon 2025? ? If I'm not really following the plan. And I can move the suggestions, I know that, but is that still the same? Let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think. Am I messing up my Garmin plan by kind of really shifting about, when I know as a marathon runner I need to be doing this amount of distances and per week, and building it up slowly, and then you drop it back and then build it up a bit more like that. But Garmin's just really not doing that for me. And I'm not. I'm doing more running in my base, like building the base of it training, than I am now in my marathon core block. That ain't right. So I need to evaluate this. But that's the plan for today. What we're going to do, and that. But obviously I'll keep you guys posted and that. But I really want to stick this out. But I need to tweak it. Already going to be changing the long run on Sunday. That is not long enough. But, which would make, if I didn't do this run, if I didn't change it on Sunday, my longest session would have been my sprint session this week. You know what I mean? In distance, that ain't right. So anyway, I'll catch you guys later. So that was the quick Friday night run done. 38 minutes 43 seconds. Did 6.5 kilometers. Base rate stuff. You know what I mean? It's average 141 heartbeats per minute. So yeah, happy with that. Good with that. Average pace was 5:57. So you mean I do see getting back out onto this now. You mean because I haven't done these runs for a bit, and that because of the snow and ice, and that, but I do see that it's kind of I'm getting quicker naturally. You mean I know the heart rate is 1 beat higher than it should be, but you know what I mean, it's still in the range and all that lot. So I'm happy with that. What I'm really happy about though, which makes a change considering earlier when I was mumbling and groaning and really getting peeved about Garmin, my VO2 max has gone up to 50 now. So that's gone up. So, you mean, I'll see how the sleep goes and all that lot. You mean, because I do want to follow this plan, but it does get really frustrating and that. So, you mean, like I said before, I need to be running a lot more than what I feel I am. But this is showing progression again and that. So there is a progression in my running, but is it progression in my marathon training? I mean, that is what we got the big focus on, is the marathon training, which is this block. The marathon's going to be there and thereabouts. I mean, it's 100 days away now. It's actually 100 days away from today. So that's what I've got to figure out. And still, and I'm going to go home and have a look at Garmin and have a look at their marathon plans and see if there's any variations and maybe if that would stick or whatever, because I'm kind of using the let's get me to this let me get me to this pace kind of thing and time instead of an actual plan. So I might go and have a look at that. But yeah, nice normal run. Just going to chill out for the rest of the evening. We'll be getting home and then we'll look at tomorrow's run. And like I said, tomorrow's a rest day and that from running, but I'm just going to look at getting hello mate, and that. So yeah, I'm just going to see about it all, and if I actually run tomorrow, we'll see. I mean, like I say, I want to do the 9k home basically, because that will be, you know what I mean, that's what the plan is all about. Good morning, it's Saturday. To the watch says rest day today, but like I've said in other videos, just to get the mileage up. After work today, I'm going to end up running home about 9 kilometers. I'll get to the bus stop, you know, that you've seen in the other videos, just to get home. Gentle jog, nothing crazy. Good sleep last night. Moderate training readiness, so that's good. You know what I mean, in the right regions. Hopefully, a nice gentle jog home will keep it, you know, or maintain it and not crazy it out, because I want a good kind of training readiness for tomorrow. So I mean, I know I've gone a little bit off piste this week on the Garmin, but I just got to look after myself now on this as well and make sure that I'm doing what I feel is necessary to reach my goals basically, along with the help of Garmin. So I mean, it's still a very valuable tool, and I mean, hopefully next week it will, you know, we'll shake up the algorithms again in this week, and it will hopefully kick in a bit more. But yeah, I'll catch you after the run. So I'm just about to head out now on Sunday. Just quick recap on Saturday's run. 9 kilometers in 55 minutes 44 seconds, I think it was. 143 average beats per minute, and on a pace of 6:11. So that's just a gentle jog. You mean it's just enjoyable, getting the mileage up slowly. It was supposed to be a rest day, as we know. Today, it's only supposed to be about 34 minutes, I think. I'll put it up here, and that's what I'm supposed to do, but I'm overriding that again. I'm going to just gently jog a half marathon, so a lot more than the 34 minutes. And that, but I just need to kind of get my mileage up and get the algorithms up, shake out and all that. Like, I mean, my body battery is good. My training readiness is pretty good too. You mean it's in a good stage. You mean it's not in red or poor or anything like that. Obviously, I will worry a little bit about my recovery time after this run because the watch will probably take it too drastic. But then I've got one run tomorrow. I'm kind of guessing the tempo run that I've got tomorrow will change. But I don't need to be doing tempo and aerobics all in the same week. And I need more base runs, long runs really. I need to get my mileage up. So that's what we're doing. We'll see how it changes and that. But obviously, I'll do a quick summary after this run, and then we'll do a summary of the week, on which has been a bit of a frustrating week, and hence probably the longer video than normal. But yeah, let's get this run done, and I'll speak to you guys soon. So yep, 21.63 kilometers done, so that's over half a marathon. About half a kilometer, give or take. GPS, not really worried about the exact bits on those ones, on these runs. And that, but the time 2 hours and 12, 25. The details will be there. 146 heartbeats per minute on an average. A little bit higher than I want, but it's a hilly route, and it's kind of basically what I do on my way back from the centre of the city to home. But I run out to there, all the way from my house to there and back, so it's not even catching the little bus at the bottom of the hill. So average pace was 6 minutes 07 per kilometre, so happy with that. Like I say, it's hilly. I was not out to kind of take record paces or anything like that. This was just a gentle jog today, just to kind of get the algorithms a little bit kicked in a little bit. I know I've got half marathon in me, so yeah. There's obviously a steep hill back, that's why I'm a little bit out of breath and that, but this is part of my cool down, I guess. But yeah, just enjoyed it. It's what marathon running's about. It's the long run, and Garmin's not giving me, so I have to change that a bit. But we'll see the repercussions next week. I don't think the tempo will stick tomorrow. It's already telling me I've got about 45 hours to recover, maybe more. I just had to have a little look properly on all the stats and features in a bit. But no, ending a good week, so I'm happy with that. When I say I'm happy with that, it's more obviously I've overrun Garmin pretty much for the last 2 days, and I even kind of changed the base run to a marathon pace run. So for me it's good. For the good watch, it's a little bit bad, but like I said, we'll see what happens from that. I just got to have the confidence in myself to be able to smash this PB, and Garmin is already good. It's given me good progress, and I will get that. And I do understand that. But even the run today, productive. A lot of my training plan runs has had me maintaining and that, but now doing these runs, it's got me productive again, which is surely going in the right way and that. So we actually finished the week on 64.1 kilometers, so again it's a big leap up really, but I should be well over the 50s, and especially now we're in the main bulk marathon training now, so 64.1, I'm happy with that. We'll see what happens next week, but I want to be similar, and maybe if it drops back down to the 50, that'd be okay for next week. But all in all, a good week after all, and so we're going to end the video now. But so please, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and comment if you think what's going on with my plan or whatever. And also, if you can donate to the fantastic charity Seeability, the link is in the description. And they've given me the opportunity to run London Marathon for a second time again, so I'm very grateful for them. So yeah, I'll catch you next week, and I'll keep you updated on what's going on Instagram, which is Neil_dad that runs. So yeah, I'll see you there too. Cheers, bye.